What's up, guys, and welcome back. What I have for you today is this 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L, but not just another Grand Cherokee L. This is the Summit Reserve, the most expensive trim level, the most luxurious one, and whoever ordered this particular one must have checked every single box on the order sheet because it is loaded. So if you want to find out what it is, I want to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle thanks to Gettle Chrysler Jeep Ram in Punta Gorda, Florida. We're going to start exploring it right up front. Take a look at the design, see what powers up this thing, walk around it, get inside, because that's where tons of the amenities are. And at the end of this video, yes, we're gonna go for a test drive together. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that subscribe, give me the like, and turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any videos that are coming out. Now let's get back to this. In today's busy mid-size three-row SUV market, there are non-luxury brands, the mid-luxury brands, and the true luxury brands. So let's talk about it before we dive into this particular one. So there's non-luxury brands, and of course we have the Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Mazda, Ford, Jeep, and then we have the brands that are kind of the mid-luxury, and I'm talking about the Lexus, Acura, Infiniti, Genesis, and then we have the true luxury brands like the Mercedes, BMW, and Audi. And as far as the pricing, usually the non-luxury brands will have the range of about $45,000 for the base three-row SUV, or maybe $40,000 up to about $60,000. That's usually where most of them will cap off. Now the mid-luxury brands like the Acura, Infiniti, and Lexus will start probably somewhere in the low 50s and will cap off at about $73,000. And then the luxury brands will come in right under $70,000, and the sky is the limit because they're all option driven, and you can pretty much option them to be well over $100,000 vehicles. Now I think that Jeep Grand Cherokee L does a really nice job kind of bridging the gap in between those three market segments with their base model starting in the mid 40s and the top of the line model, if you checked all of the boxes, all of the options, and all of the packages that are available. Like on this particular one, this one has an MSRP of just over $80,000. Now the only upgrade that for some reason the dealership didn't take on this is that 5.7 liter V8 engine, and if you added that, that would add about $4,000 to it. So still at about $84,000, you have features and amenities on this vehicle that you can't even order on some of the most expensive luxury brands. So let's get into it and let's talk about this Jeep Grand Cherokee L. It came on the market a couple of years ago for 2022 model year, and it is the first Jeep three-row SUV, the modern era, of course. Now, as far as the sheet metal, all of the trims are going to have the same shape. So we have a nice flat hood, couple indents on the side, a Jeep logo right here, and this unmistakable 7-slot vertical grille right here. You have the front view camera because we're looking at this top of the line model, large LED lights with the LED daytime running lights, LED fog lamps that are right here, and a lot of this piano black. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the piano black, but it looks pretty good on this trim, allowing a lot of air to access inside of this engine compartment to help with the cooling. The one thing I noticed that this is not functional, so it doesn't have any of the side vents, side air curtains. Would be nice if it did. hopefully maybe it would increase the gas mileage and create the better aerodynamics for this vehicle. But two engine choices are available for 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Well, let's pop the hood and take a look at the base one. So the base engine option on the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L is a 3.6 liter V6 engine, naturally aspirated, 293 horsepower, 260 foot-pounds of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. But if that wasn't enough, you can opt in for the 5.7 V8 with 357 horsepower. But that engine is a lot more expensive and a lot more thirsty, and we're going to talk about gas mileage when we start driving. Let's take a look at the hood setup right here. You have a single latch right in the front, you have some sound insulation, and you have the hood struts holding it up. Well, looking at the side of this vehicle, you can see that it is a large. It's almost 205 inches long. It's 71.5 inches high, and it's almost 78 inches wide. Now, this particular one also has the adjustable suspension. It has the air suspension, which allows this vehicle to be raised or lowered depending on what type of driving you're doing. And we have the high altitude package that comes with the 21-inch rims, and we have the nice shiny black wheels as part of it too. So as far as everything around the wheels and the bottom portion, it's color coordinated, which I really like, especially on this high-end trim. But you do have a lot of blackout features. The Grand Cherokee, the American flag is blacked out, and you have the two-tone paint, which the roof and the roof rails and all the window surroundings, it's all nicely blacked out, and it really adds to that elegance of this vehicle. Of course, you have the smart entry system. As long as you have the key somewhere on you, all you have to do is stick your hand inside of the door handle, unlock it, or get close to it, touch it, and it's going to lock this vehicle. Now, as far as the mirrors, now this particular one, because it has this black top package, it has the black mirrors with the turn signal camera at the bottom and the blind spot assist, so it is fully loaded. And I like how it ends in here with the combination of the color of the vehicle. This is the Zynith silver, if you were wondering, and the black top right here. And here's the taillights. Let's see how they look from the back. And check out the lights. Look how nicely they glow. This happens when you unlock this vehicle to stay on for a little bit when you approach it as well. So this taillight unit right here, that incorporates pretty much everything: your taillights, brake lights, reverse lights, and turn signals. Let me hit that lock button so you can see where the turn signals are, right on the side over here. You have an additional brake light right on top, an additional rear view camera. This is for your rear view mirror, and this is your regular rear view camera. Shark fin antenna. Kind of wish that they hit that wiper underneath here. You have the Jeep Summit 4x4, and scrolling down you have the reflector lights built in this shiny black strip. Right underneath here there's a tow hitch with the 3.6 liter engine. As far as the towing capacity, can tow 6,200 pounds, 7,200 pounds if you opt in for the larger engine. Now, the nice part about it is that it has real exhaust tips that are built into this bumper. They actually look very good. Take that, Mercedes. And of course, let's open up the gate to see how much cargo space we have. We can open it by pressing the button on the remote inside of the vehicle, pressing the button right here, or simply waving my foot underneath it to initiate that gate. And let's take a look at the cargo space. And behind the third row seat, you'll find about 17.3 cubic feet of cargo, which is not bad. Not as good as some of the top competitors right now. Well, Lexus TX would have 19.8, Toyota Grand Highlander about 20. Pilot, the new Pilot's got quite a bit as well. So, I mean, but it's enough to put in a bunch of carry-on suitcases, your groceries, etc. Now, this is a luxury trim, so it has some of the features that are not available in the bottom of the line trim. So you have the power folding seats right here for the third row. It also has the release for the second row seats. Now, the second row seats has to be put up manually, but this is how much room you'll have with all of the seats folded down, which is quite a bit. Now, what else we have in this cargo space? You have the illumination. This is where you control the gate. Part of this Macintosh stereo, this is one of the speakers right in the back, and underneath this floorboard you have a little bit extra storage, and as it says right here, you also has the jack and the tools to help you change the tires. Now, the third row seat goes back up automatically. And let's see what we have for passengers. Now let's start this interior tour with the rear door panel, and let's check this out. That's where it starts, guys. I can't tell you how excited I am to show this to you. Let's take a look. So you have the wood trim piece right here. You have the polished aluminum. You have this nice leather wrapped panel, and you have some shiny black. You can also control your windows. You can lock and unlock the vehicle, and you have the speakers, a little bit of storage, and the manual sunshade to keep people from peeking inside of here. And check this out. Now you can opt in for either a 6-passenger configuration as we have in here, which is the captain chairs. And look at this leather. The color is called Tupelo, but the type of leather, it's the Palermo leather, which is a step above the Napa leather, is from what I hear. And it's very luxurious. It's very soft. It's almost like sitting on the couch inside of a house. Now this particular one has an optional rear entertainment system that includes those 2 large screens. So if you have kids, you know how important that is. And you also have the seat back pockets in the back. Now in the middle console, you have the climate controls, as well as you have your own vents and the charging galore. So you have the regular power outlet, 2 USB Type-C ports, 2 USB Type-A ports, and your cup holders are right here in the middle. There's also an armrest with more storage, and I wonder if this pops open as well. No, maybe not. But this is nice, luxurious. Let's see if there is any room in the 3rd row seat. So manual as far as getting this seat up, but it's really easy, gets out of the way. Let me jump inside and check out the roominess for you. Well, if you're 6 feet tall, this is how much room you'd have in the 3rd row seat. So I have plenty of headroom, surprisingly, plenty of shoulder room. If the seat is moved back like this, like it is right now, look at this. Plenty of legroom. But what happens if I want to fit behind the seat that's pretty much adjusted all the way to the back? Let me scoot over, see if I can fit. Wow, look at this. If this much room, I can even let this person in the middle, you know, recline a little bit so they're more comfortable and still be able to fit. I don't know if I would like to be in this 3rd row seat for a long drive, but definitely more of an adult friendly seat than some of the competitors. And see this console didn't open from the front, but it opens from the back. A couple other features that I didn't show you. In the 3rd row seat, you have your own USB Type-C, USB Type-A, you have your own cup holders, you have the vents on the side, you have your own illumination, and right on top, hey, Big Brother is watching. This is a camera that projects the image to the front, so your parents or people in the front can see what you're up to in this 3rd row seat. So no hanky-panky business. Right here, you have a big panoramic sunroof and a black headliner, and let's check out what's going on in the middle. Well, I have the front seat adjusted to my regular driving position. I'm in the back. No shortage of room here, plenty of headroom, shoulder room. Seats are super nice and comfortable. They are on the firmer side. They're not like sitting on the couch. They're like sitting on the firm couch. But as far as the legroom, this is how much room I'll have. So I still have about an inch, maybe, or close, behind the driver's seat. Driver's seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. Let's take a look at this cockpit right here. Well, let's not forget about checking out the sound of the closing door. Okay, I think I'd probably give it about 5 or 6 out of 10, so this is not the best, not the worst. And let's take a look at this front door panel. So we still have this wood trim. Now, is it real wood? This one looks like it's real wood, actually. This is not that plastic that looks like wood. Really nice. So you have the 2 memory seat settings. You can also have the massage feature, which I'm going to check out definitely. And then you have your quilted, diamond quilted leather inside of here, and then aluminum trim piece, and then window mirror lock controls, and more storage. And of course, you have the Macintosh stereo Summit right on the door sill, and which way you want to adjust the seats. You have the controls for it right on the side here. Summit embossed in the top portion right here. You have everything going on in the seat. You have some perforations, you have some tubing, contrast stitching, quilted stitch leather and stuff. And take a look at this. Let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of it. We're actually going to start this tour on the passenger side, because you can't see it from the driver's seat. Now this vehicle is equipped with this passenger screen, and it's pretty cool because passenger in the front, in addition to the passengers in the back, can control of what's going on as far as the audio. They can change the sources from the audio as far as the Bluetooth, USB, AM, FM, etc., and close this off. You can even have your own video, like if you have the HDMI or if you have the USB 1 or USB 2, you can connect that as far as the controls and see the screen off. Manage headphones for wireless headphones, pretty cool. You can power off the screen off, you can turn this off, boom, done. But this is pretty cool, and this was first, I believe, introduced on the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer, and this is a gadget. I'm not sure if a lot of people are going to use it, but it is there. Now, as far as the design of this vehicle, again, this wood trim continues with a polished aluminum trim, a leather wrapped dashboard right here, contrast stitching. You have the Macintosh stereo with the speakers right there, and then we're going to move over to the other side. There's also a head-up display, and we'll go through the functionality of the infotainment system. And over here, so you can see there's a head-up display. Right now it's speed, also the speed limit, so it reads the speed limit. And down here, look at this steering wheel. Okay, how nice is it? It's good to the touch. It has a Jeep logo on it, some leather contrast stitching, wood trim, and a bunch of buttons. Not a huge fan as far as the buttons being in the piano black, but I guess that's the theme of this vehicle. So on the left hand side, you have what's going on in the screen in front of you. So we're going to get that in just a minute. And you also have the phone hang up and pick up button. Behind, you see the pedal shifters. On the right hand side, this is pretty much all cruise control. So you have the cruise control, dynamic cruise control. You can, set the difference distance between you and the car in front of you. And here's your fully digital instrument cluster. So let's take a look and see what we have. It's customizable, but right now you see that it says hold OK for analog. Okay, so this one I like better, to be honest with you. This is the more of a standard one. You can see on the right hand side speedometer, left hand side tachometer. You have the speed in the middle here. The vehicle's got 68 miles. You got some coolant temperature. You have some gas gauge and all that stuff that you need. Nothing that you don't. Now you also can go, let's see, driver info is the first one. Let's scroll down. Here's your vehicle info. So that gives you options to see your tire pressure, your oil life, then you have your coolant temperature, trans temperature, oil pressure, battery voltage. Sometimes it's an overkill, but you have it. Here's your range, and this is pretty much it. So we go scroll down to the trip info. Again, several different settings, 2 different trips. Then we have the navigation map display is loading. We're not gonna wait, we're just gonna take your word for it. 5 is an off-road mode, so we have the automatic full mode. Let's see, go back. Here's your pitch and roll. Here's your turning angles, vehicle dynamics basically, and this is automatic full-time 4-wheel drive, adapts to road conditions. So entry, exit, lowered for entry and exit. This is what it's set up right now. Number 6 is audio, so you can connect device or see what's playing. Messages. Number 7, 8 is settings. Press OK to enter screen setup. Here's what it does. You can customize pretty much the area of the screen. So let's hit OK for screen setup, and you can customize different widgets to appear in the different portions of the instrument cluster. And like you've seen right now, you have the temperature, directions, etc. You can change that to display something different if you want to. And number 9 is a head-up display. So press OK to enter head-up display settings. And so display is on right now. Content layout display, height, brightness display on. So I mean, you can do all kinds of customization, which is pretty cool. But we would have to spend the whole day just going through all of the features on it. So let's move on to the infotainment system. Now this is of course the brand new Uconnect 5, the newest, latest, greatest infotainment system. Before we start looking at this, you see the start stop button, and here, hit the home screen. This is what you'll have as far as the home screen. So part of it is the Navigation, part of it right now is the Connect Apple CarPlay device, but you can customize that as well and change it into your liking. So right on top, let's see what displays. So you have the temperature. Right now we have the ventilated seats on, and the steering wheel heater is not on. And 83 degrees outside, no device connected. You have Alexa that's waiting for you. And right on top, you can turn off your engine start stop, lane keep assist, traction control. Here's your hazard lights. You can turn off your parking sensors off and turn off your park assist off, and you can turn on or off the passenger screen, which, by the way, you can't see anything from here. So if you're a driver and somebody's watching in the passenger seat, you can't be distracted by it, because unless you're sitting straight in front of it, you won't be able to see. Okay, so now here's a pretty cool thing. It says edit pages. Okay, so we can change that, make it bigger, make it smaller, you know, edit and see what widget is going to display on that. Not going to go through all of that. Media is another one. So you have the FM, Sirius XM, different connections as far as the different devices. As far as your comfort, here's your climate control. So as you can see, heated, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You can adjust the speed of the fan. We're going to leave it at 3 so you can hear what I'm saying and I'm not cooking in here, and the different temperature settings. Navigation system, I'm going to take a minute. There you go. It is very nice, bright. I actually like this navigation system. You can connect your phone as well, and you can use that for Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, wireless connection. Here's your controls for vehicle, shortcuts. Third row headrest fold. Okay, you don't have to get out of the front seat and just fold down the third row headrest. You can turn on the passenger screen on. Surround camera. Let's take a quick peek at this. All right, so here's your rear view camera or surround view camera. Top down view, really nice. Rear camera wide angle, front camera narrow angle, and here's if you tow something. Again, good features here. This is your front camera in case you are taking the vehicle up on the ramp or something. You can definitely help you out with this view right here. So top view, front view, that's what it shows. And let's get out of here. And now you have the fam cam. This is the camera that I was showing you in the back. See what's going on. You can see of who's doing what. So like I said, be careful, right? Especially those backseat passengers. Forward facing camera, already seen that. Rear view camera, already seen that. Go to apps. All right, AM radio, audio settings, auxiliary cable, Bluetooth device manager, you know, different apps for different features, navigation, phone, comfort, media. You can have the favorites, you can have all of them, depends on what you want. You also have Alexa, which is my son's best friend, I guess. Scary. Okay, right down here at the bottom, you have your power volume knob. You also have the heated seats, ventilated seats. So basically everything that you can do on the screen, you can do in here as well. This is your tune and scroll button. You can turn the screen off if you'd like to. You can mute it with one push of a button. And let me check one thing here. See, right on the side, I showed you there's a massage feature. And as I turn it on, here's what shows up. Right now we have the waterfall massage. I can also have the lower back extend, low extend, rock climb, and the different intensity on here. I'm actually going to let this vehicle massage me. Okay, and let's see, right here, this opens up. I push it, pull it. Okay, push it a little bit. So you have the charging galore right here. You have the auxiliary outputs, USB type A, USB type C. You have the HDMI for passenger screen. This is where you plug it in if you want to watch something. You have your 12-volt power outlet, and you have your wireless charger down here. See, that's why I don't really like this piano black, because it already shows all kinds of fingerprints. Different drive modes are available right here, and this is the way you select it. So you can have the rock crawl mode, sand and mud, snow, auto, and sport. And this is where you shift your gears. Okay, and as you can see, as I adjusted the different drive mode, the vehicle is lowering right now. I'm actually going to put it in a sport mode, so it's probably going to be in the lowest setting. But that's what we need for driving just on the regular road in here. Four-wheel drive low if you needed this. You also have the hill descent assist, and you have the neutral in case you need to push the vehicle. So just push this, and it's going to unlock the transmission. All right, so you have the cup holders and a bit more storage over here, and scroll up here. Again, lots of controls right here overhead. Fully equipped vehicle, right? So you have the open, tilt, open as far as the sunroof. Then you have your LED lights. This has this digital mirror right here, so you can turn that on. See, that's the top camera that I was showing you. I'll actually leave it on. You have your home link system right on the visor, and visors are illuminated. And this is it. This is the interior of it. By the way, the Macintosh stereo, I tried it. It has this Sirius XM subscription. The sound of it is incredible. Too bad I can't show it to you, but then it kind of wouldn't be fair, because whatever speakers you're listening to it on, that's this sound system that you're gonna hear. But take my word for it, it's one of the best that I've heard. Let's take it for a spin. Well, guys, remember that full spiel that I gave you at the beginning of this video, saying, hey, this bridges the gap between the non-luxury and the luxury segment. Well, it's time to back it up. Let's take a look at the pricing. So that Grand Cherokee L starts with the Laredo at $42,130, which is really reasonable price for a three-row SUV. You still have the same roominess. You just have, you know, a lot different features in here. Then it goes to the Laredo X, $42,630 is the price of it. Altitude $46,140. Altitude X $47,235. You have the Limited. I've done the review of one like this. Overland $62,590, and then we have the Summit $65,955, and then we have the Big Daddy. That's the one, Summit Reserve $72,435. This is the ultimate Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So this is the pricing between $42,000 and $72,000. There's a $30,000 spread, so everybody can pick something that they like, or maybe even more, because the $72,000, that's really with the base options, which there's plenty. But like, let's say this one has the high altitude package, so it has the nicer wheels on it. It has the rear entertainment package. It has the massage seats. So a lot of this is not standard equipment. So what I'm going to do is everything that is on this sticker right here, I'm going to post in the description of this video, but I'm just going to tell you the customer preferred package 23U, that's $4,480. That's the biggest thing. That including that passenger screen, the 19 speaker high performance audio, active noise control system, 950 watt amplifier, ventilated rear seats, which I didn't even mention that, but hey, ventilated rear seats, Palermo leather door trim right here, beautiful. And then you have the Advanced Protect Group 4. This is the $2,700 package. That's the head-up display, night vision. You have the rear view auto dimming digital display mirror, night vision. This is pretty cool. I can't show it to you right now because it's bright, but if it's at night, you can turn on the night vision and you can see what's going on. Pretty crazy, right? High altitude package gives you the rims, it gives you the gloss black exterior and accents. A luxury tech group 5, manual second row windows, sunshades, rear seat entertainment. So you have this two 10-inch screens. And listen, normally it would come with the electronic limited slip differential. For some reason, this one has a delete on it, and it has the conventional differential rear axle here. Okay, well, let's see how it drives. So first of all, I'm going to try to see what the turning radius is, and I like to do it in the empty parking lot in here. So turn the wheel all the way to the left. The vehicle is raising right now. We're in the sport mode, but let's see. Okay, so we can turn. Pretty cool. Turns on the dime. Awesome. Now let's get it up on the road. There's one thing I can tell you right away. The steering wheel feels great. Not just the steering wheel, you know, to touch, but the steering system. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. It is very accurate. And, you know, as far as the body roll in the sport mode, well, you still get a lot. I mean, you have it is a larger SUV, so really, I mean, some of the Mercedes and BMW, you know, when you put it in the stiffer settings, you get a little bit less, but you'll still get it. Now, as far as the massage, I'm getting this rock climbing massage, which these rollers go up and down my back, and it's really relaxing actually. So that feels good. And we just went over the speed bump, absorbs it nicely. Here's another one that's coming up. And then quickly take it on a quick spin. So this is the 3.6 liter V6 engine. Let's check out the acceleration. 0, let's go. Okay, now for some reason this is in kilometers, so we get it up to about 85 kilometers, which whatever the equivalent is. I have to change the settings, but it accelerates. It's probably about 8-second car 0 to 60, 8.2 based on what Jeep posts on their website. If you want a faster vehicle, you need to go for the 5.7 liter, which is going to be 6.2. Still not as good as some of the competitors, but you know, it's decent. And as far as the gas mileage, this one gets 18 in the city, 25 on the expressway, 21 is the combined one. Now, if you went for the V8, yes, it's going to be faster, but it's also going to be more thirsty. 16, I think, it's going to be the combined mileage. Now, something is off. It gives me an audible tone right here. Oh, you know what I have? I have the speed limit. What's 45? I'm only doing 49. That's kilometers. Okay. So overall, guys, here's my thoughts on it. Really, really nice vehicle. It's got tons of amenities that you can only dream of, even on ordering on some of the luxury vehicles. At $80,000, over $80,000, it's not a cheap one, but it gives you a choice whether you want to go for a base Mercedes-Benz or a fully loaded Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Now, of course, there's other competitors. Now, I just recently reviewed the Lexus TX 500h, which is a hybrid vehicle. It was the top of the line trim, and it was about $75,000. So just slightly less than this. Might have not had all of the bells and whistles. For sure didn't have the rear entertainment system, didn't have that passenger screen, but it was really nice too. So that was about $75,000. And then, of course, there are non-luxury brands, and then Toyota Grand Highlander, for example, which is going to be comparable in size of this one, is going to probably top off close to about $60,000. So depending on what you like, but if you are spoiled and you like the bells and whistles and the luxury things in life, this one gives you that extra choice. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and you like one or two things about it. If you did, give me the like, hit that subscribe button on the channel, and don't forget to turn on that notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.